Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of She Plays Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn with Kovu and Carbuncle. The last time we left off, we did a dungeon. It was kind of fun. Copperbell Mines, I do believe, but we're going to take a slight break from the main scenario today, and we are going to be talking to this guy. So, if you recall, if you look at my inventory here, there's all this gear, and you're like, what is she doing with all that gear? Why doesn't she just sell it or something, or just drop it, or get rid of it? Well, there is a reason, my good compadre, as to why I am holding on to all this gear. And you will notice that if you look at the little icon here, all these little circles are white, but all the other ones are blue and red. Wait. Why are these ones red and blue, and then these ones are white? Well, that is a very good question. If you'll notice, in the top left corner is blue, Wizard Potion. Potion is just a regular item, and a red is a seasonal item, I think. Or no, it's unsellable, and these are sellable. So this one is also sellable. I forgot why it's red, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. But I do know why it's white. It is white because if you look at this, look at the spirit bond there, it says 100% spirit bond. And if I was to take a regular piece of armor, which is not at 100% spirit bond, perhaps this one right here, put it in the corner. Notice in the corner it's green, it's not white. It's a little hard to see because it's very, very tiny, but it's green, it is not white. Alright, so let's put our fake mustache back in the armory because we need that. It is important. But anyway, the reason why all those items are 100% spirit bond is because they can be converted. That is right, they can be turned into something else. But you can't do it out of the nowhere. You can't do it out of the nowhere. You got to do a quest first. And that is where our little Rogadin friend with the mask behind me comes into play. Forging the Spirit. What would you say if I told you that inanimate objects can possess a soul? They can, believe it or not, although the soul in question is not their own, but that of their owner. Through faithful service, the arms and armor that we can use come to hold our spiritual energy. Thus do we form a spirit bond with them. Such items can then be converted into materia, a special kind of crystal that can be attached to gear to enhance its properties. I am well versed in the ways of materia conversion. If you wish to learn more about the process, it would be my pleasure to teach you. Well, I do indeedly. You are ready to commence your learning? Good. As you will have gathered, by now materia is the crystallized form of one spiritual energy. As the energy is derived from the individual's psyche, a volatile beast at the best of times, a degree of variance is to be expected on its production. In practice, this means that you won't know the exact properties of a stone until you cradle it in your hand. Now, materia won't grant you much of anything on its own. Its power must be tapped, see, and this is achieved by melding it into gear. Know, though, that it takes the deft hand of craftsmen to meld materia. You can always seek out others to attach materia on your behalf, but if you would sooner do it yourself, I recommend you speak with the goblin. Melding is her field of expertise. Alright, so if we want to remove materia, you talk to, this person over here. But unfortunately, we can't do that just yet because we have to have a disciple of crafting anyway, in order to do so. So if you'll notice, now that we have that ability, we can right click and a new option called convert has appeared on the item. So we hit convert and we say yes, and then they convert it, and it has been turned into this, a vitality materia. Vitality materia +1, not very great. But, you know what, you can sell it for 198 gil, which would be better than if you tried to sell it for 4 gil. Or you can sell it on the market warps, which we will discuss at a later time. So I'm going to go ahead and convert all this stuff, and I'll be right back in just a second. Alrighty, now that we have all of our materia converted, we're going to hold on to it for a later time. Another thing to hold on to until we at least get our retainer, and then we can sell it. I got rid of a bunch of other junk and stuff, but instead of doing more storyline, we're going to go ahead and do our Arcanist level 20 quest. Greetings, Kofu. In case such doubts fill your mind, you should know that I am ever willing to lend an ear if you find your thoughts troubled. At the very least, I would have you know this, because it seems Kilia does not. The Foreseer has been missing since this morning. There have been other times when she disappeared without a word, but we have always been able to find her. Alas, that is not the case this day. Were the guildmaster here, he would deduce her whereabouts with nary a moment's concentration. I find myself beginning to wonder if those who devote themselves overmuch to arcana are more prone to bouts of wanderlust. But while I might wish to ponder further such oddities of character, we must needs organize a search party. Would you be so kind as to make inquiries in Hawker's Alley? It is not uncommon for Killia's wanderings to take a path through the markets. Very well, I shall. Well, that wasn't a very far jaunt. A little dodo sound right here. You seek Mikote, agent of Melvan's Gate? Why, yes, I've seen her. Spoke with her, in fact. She was, however, apprehended by the Yellow Jackets. The assessor was drilling me for details about the Kikiran smuggling ring based in Ailport, but then the soldiers arrived and took her away. If you wish to know more of her fate, then I suggest you speak with Grenade of the Coral Tower. Uh-oh.
Alright. Well, the Coral Tower is the Marauder's Tower, so...
Foreseer Killia. Yes, we brought her in for questioning regarding the reappearance of the pirate Doesmaga. A member of the Arcanist Guild, are you? Then I see no reason to conceal the nature of our discourse. Perhaps you are already aware of this, but the Foreseer was once held captive by the Rapid Sea Dog. Few pirates sink to such depths of depravity as Doesmaga. It has been 6 years now since he was exiled from Limsa for engaging in the worst kind of black market trading, and now the villain has returned. He is, however, both cunning and cautious, and continues to evade our troops. Thus we hoped to borrow the knowledge of Foreseer Killia, whose experiences have given her an intimately familiarity with the way the scoundrel operates. At least that was our intent. After weathering a barrage of questions from the assessor, we found ourselves instead providing the details of our search. Should you wish to speak with Foreseer Killia, I imagine she has already returned safely to your guild.
What? This was a running back and forth type dealio.
Back already? You were led to believe she had returned here? I'm afraid not. So the Yellow Jackets told you something of her history with Doesmaga, did they? Perhaps it would be best if I told you the entire tale. Doesmaga's banishment was the result of a surprise inspection that revealed his involvement in an underground slave trade. The assessor that stepped aboard the pirate's merchant ship spoke of finding dozens of unwashed unfortunates crammed into the squalid hold. Among these prisoners was a young Mikote, destined for some black market auction block. Though Killia was initially too terrified to even speak, the guildmaster brought her out of her fearful daze with the gift of the initiate's grimoire. Yes, the selfsame tome that she has carried her entire career. Of course, did you not mention that Killia's grimoire was thrown into the sea? There are rumors that Kikiran merchants of ill repute have retrieved the black market's goods. The crew of the Morning Star heaved into the ocean. Even now he gloats over his salt-encrusted catch in Ailport. It is entirely possible that the Foreseer's most prized possession was caught up in the Kikiran's salvage net. I've no doubt now that Killia has searched the same conclusion. To Ailport with you, Kovu. That is where you will find our wayward assessor.
Then why the heck did the people at the Marauders Guild lie? Like, why would they lie about that? It just kind of confuses me a little bit. And here she is. In Ailport.
Yes, combat pattern 256 should serve to cover all experience contingencies. You never know when you'll have to nullify a thaumaturge or two. My retrieval strategy is complete. Kovu, it is good of you to come. I was unable to calculate for certain if you would piece together my movements in time. Very little is certain when so many variables are involved. But there's good news. This prisoner here was kind enough to confirm that the trader who salvaged the Morning Star's jettisoned cargo did indeed retrieve a tome matching the description of my lost grimoire. The Minson law and the policies of Melvan's Gate would support the confiscation of goods connected to the official inspection, but alas, my personal belongings do not fall under that definition. Thus I intend to launch an unofficial offensive against this black marketeer and his cronies. The peddler has already departed to quarry Candlekeep Quay. It is time I gathered to me such allies as I possess, and I count you to be one of them, Kovu. Despite the nature of this endeavor, Miss Thubergeim has offered me her cooperation. If you would, pray join her at Oshron's embrace. That is where we shall ambush the disreputable Kirin. Oh my goodness.
Here we go.
Greetings, Kovu. Your arrival completes our company. You are equipped for battle, I trust. We need not wait Kilia's arrival. Once the Kirin appears on the bridge, we spring our ambush. The strategy for trapping our target relies on 2 allies we have concealed on the other side of the ravine. This pincer maneuver was, naturally, the Fourth Seer's idea. As for the target himself, the Kirin is known as a careful and cautious fellow. He travels with a small retinue so as to avoid attracting attention, but do not be fooled. More bodyguards follow at a distance and will likely join the fray after hostilities ensue. Do not, however, expect any assistance from the Yellowjackets. They cannot be seen aiding us with what amounts to a personal matter, but they are willing to turn a blind eye for Kilia's sake. In any case, the Foreseer's tactics account for our limited numbers and individual strengths. Victory is all but assured. Now let us take up our position and wait for the Kikirin to arrive.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get my Topaz Carbuncle all summoned out, because having Topaz Carbuncle as my assistant in this battle is preferred. And we shall wait to ambush them. Ah yes, I am above level 24, but I think it'll be okay. Yep. Filthy ambushers, they want Kikirin sparklies. Alright, you're gonna go first. Oh yeah, I can't use that ability. We make sure everybody's poisoned. Oh, there's a Mamuda. Oh, and he is healing. I don't think so. Holy cow! Can I heal you? Combat pattern 256! Now we gotta locate the grimoire. Hello, Mr. Trader. Going through all your stuff, hope you don't mind. Dun dun dun. Well executed, everyone. Were you able to retrieve my grimoire? Kovu, pray hand over the tome. Oh, it's ruined. My wonderful grimoire is ruined. The probability of repairing this degree of damage is 0%. Even the most brilliant strategy cannot undo such ravages of seawater. I've never felt so defeated. I believe it's time I returned home. Leave her be. But how can I? He is right, air soda. No. You must allow Kilia time to process the loss. And you have other matters to which you must attend. Come, Kovu, it is time we return to the guild as well. Not quite the victory we imagined, was it? The moment Kilia beheld her soaked and tattered grimoire, you could see the light of hope die in her eyes. There is, however, something we can do. I will call on your aid soon, but in the meantime you would be well served to deepen your knowledge of Arcanima. Oh, what should we get? We got a brand new book which is of no use to us. Let's just go ahead and grab these. Dun dun dun. We're gonna go ahead and end the episode there. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this episode of She Plays Final Fantasy XIV Around My Board with Kovu and Carbuncle. I will see you next time.